So we're going to talk eyelashes for this 5-tip Friday. I'm going to tell you something. I love my eyelashes. I don't go many places without my eyelashes, and I would recommend any woman, if you're not an eyelash user, start using them. You will love them. First of all, they automatically make you look much younger. And if you're not worried about age, if you have sunken in eyes, small little eyes, they will open it up. It's almost like it just opens up the canvas of your face. Okay, so let's talk price for a second. Before I start getting into these tips, you will find eyelashes at the 99-cent store. At $4.99, you can find them at the Dollar Tree for $1. But then they go all the way up to like $100. I have a couple of pair that are over $100. And they're great, they're mink, they're beautiful, but it's not something I'm going to use every day. But even with the ones that I have that I pick up that are $1, I still will save them, reuse them, care for them, wash them, store them. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people do not realize that you can reuse your lashes, and I will get 5, 6 more uses out of them. So I have some tips on how to care for them, how to apply them. I also have tips on how to wash them. I purposely went out and purchased these lashes that I have. I went and bought these at a 99-cent store, so not even a full $1. But I'm going to show you a little trick. And I think a lot of people are starting to pick up on this. When you have your eyelash, and I would not advise anybody to just go and take this off, put the glue, and stick it on your eye. Don't do that. Don't do that. You want it to look a little bit higher in. You want it to look natural. Even if you're not wanting it to look natural and they're like these huge lashes, you still definitely want it to look a little bit higher in, a little bit more relaxed. So a good way to get that is just pick up one of these little spoolies. And I just happen to have one that came in a makeup kit, but a lot of the times I'll just keep an old brush from mascara, wash it out, and use it for this. So let me show you. These are really cool, and I didn't even realize this until right now that I'm under some lights. There's blue streaks in here, so this is cool. I'm going to use these soon. You're just going to want to move it back and forth. All you're really doing is loosening up those eyelashes. And I would flip them up and just keep going. You're going to start from the top to the bottom when you do that. Just keep on and keep on. And as you're doing this, and I'm going to look at it for myself because it's kind of hard to do this when I'm not really looking, you will see you're going to start loosening them up. They're going to look a little bit more natural. They're going to look a little more higher in. It'll look like you just spent those $100 on those mink ones, and you didn't. You literally bought this at the dollar store. Sometimes what I do, I will sit in front of the TV or whatever. We take a lot of trips. We travel a lot. And a lot of the times it's my husband driving and I'm in the passenger side. So if we have somewhere we need to go, I will do this. So this way, right before we get to where we need to be, my lashes are good to go. I can put them on. So I'm going to work this just for a second so you can see. Now, I'm going to put it up to the viewfinder. If you look at this lash over here on this side, you will see the difference compared to this one over here. Okay, now let's talk application. It's very important to make sure you're putting these lashes on right. You do not want to do something where you're going to be made fun of later. And if you put it on right, if you do what I tell you to do, I promise you won't have issues. You won't have problems later on, worried about if they're coming off. So the tools that you're going to want to use are for sure a set of tweezers, and these I love. These are just Revlon. These are really awesome. But let me tell you, the best tweezers I ever have had, I picked up at a medical supply store. I was in there with my dad, and they had these tweezers. I kid you not, they were long, and they just worked so good. And I cannot find them for the life of me. I don't know what happened to them, but tweezers are for sure something you're going to want to get. Another thing, and I have it right here in my hand, and I'm just going to put it sideways because if not, the mirror's you're going to see everything. But if you could get one of these lights that have a light and a magnifying mirror on it, you'll never have a problem putting your lashes on. Especially as we get older, our vision gets a little worse. You know, it's not as good as it used to be. And being that you're putting them on your eyes, well, unless you have contacts, you just really can't see. And the best way to put your lashes, you put the adhesive on the lash. You wait a little bit. Many people I have seen go straight to put it on. You don't want to do that. You want to let it get a little tacky. Once it's tacky, put it into your eyelash bed. That's where you're going to want it to go. If you kind of just stick it in there, you have it in there, nobody's going to be able to see when you close your eyes. I've seen many women that I want to correct, and I won't, but I see a lot of them that they're putting it on their actual eyelid. And that's when you see the thickness. Sometimes they'll do that, then they put eyeliner on thinking it's going to cover, and it's not covering. It only makes it look thick. It doesn't make it look natural, and you're always having to use an eyeliner on top of it to hide that adhesive. So you're not going to do that. Do what I say, and I promise you won't have an issue. Now, with that said, don't just go and rip it off. You're not going to want to do that. You will call me and you will curse me out because it's going to hurt. So what you're going to want to do is get a Q-tip, use an oil-based eye makeup remover, and really rub it in so that way you can loosen it up a little bit before you take it off. After that, you're going to take it off. You're not going to have any your actual eyelashes falling out. You'll be great. Everything will be absolutely wonderful. Okay, let's talk about washing and caring for those eyelashes. So many have told me that they thought that they would have to just use them once and toss them out, and that's not true. For sure, if I'm paying $100, I'm not going to be tossing out my eyelashes. I'm going to keep them. I'm going to get as many uses out of those things that I can. However, I will not use them, take them off, and then put them back on. No, I need them to be freshly cleaned every time I'm putting that to my eye. I'm not doing pink eye or anything like that. So, for years I've used baby shampoo, and it works great. It works absolutely amazing. However, recently my sister saw one of my older videos, and she said that she uses the Dawn dishwashing soap for her eyelashes. And so I thought I have it right here because I use it for so many other things as well. So I tried it on a few of my eyelashes, and I gotta tell you, I actually like this better than the baby shampoo. Now, if you have an eyelash that maybe you have a little bit more glue than you normally would have, or it's a little bit of some of the adhesives seem stronger than some of the others. So say you've got one of those that are very, very strong and the soap isn't doing it, it's not coming out, I would go and use your eye makeup remover. Something that has an oil base and with a spoolie, and if you just put it in a bowl and just work it out, it all comes out. Dry them or rinse them off really, really well. You don't want to have soap, and you don't want to have any soap left in those eyelashes. Rinse it off and then store them. When you wash your eyelashes, a lot of the times what will happen is you lose the shape. And they're great, you can still use them, but the shape, the curved shape of the eyelash isn't there any longer. And you need to get that back, or if not, you're gonna have so many problems putting those eyelashes on. So, what I do is I just get one of these wooden kitchen spoons. I almost forgot what this thing was called. Lately my mind is like, I don't know what I've been thinking. I have so many things on my mind. Anyways, I get one of these things, and this is Paula Deen. So, but what I will do is, let me take one of these out. I'll just use this one. So you have the eyelash, it's washed, it's wet, and it's a little too straight. The curve, like I said, the curve is gone. What I will do is put put a little bit of adhesive only on the corner of those eyelashes. So you're just gonna want to get the eyelash, put a little bit of adhesive here and here. I don't have any on it right now. And then just wrap it around the spoon. There's been several times that I do this, and my husband will come home and is like, what the hell is all over these spoons? But anyways, if you wrap it around, and there's no adhesive, but that's just sticking from the thing, it'll start to give you that curve back. And all you have to do after that is take them off and store them where you're going to store them. So, now that I said that, let me show you where I store my eyelashes. So now I'm gonna show you where I store my eyelashes. I don't have any in here at the moment just because I don't have any that I've recently washed, but that doesn't mean at any time this container that I have isn't absolutely filled to the top with eyelashes. So if you ever wash your eyelashes and you try to keep those containers and put them back in, it never works out the same. Well, at least for me it doesn't. So what I find happens when I try to store the eyelashes back in the original case, the case doesn't stay closed. The lashes don't adhere to it. It's just a big mess. It just doesn't work out for me. So, I have this little tip, and I can't even claim it to be mine. This was actually my daughter's. It's known around my house. At any point in time, you can be watching a movie in a room, one of our rooms or something, and freak out thinking there's a spider on the ground, and it's not. It's the eyelashes. So I really try to make sure I store them where they need to be, make sure they're not any loose ones flying around, and my storage that I use is this little crate. This little thing, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know what these things are called. I think you're supposed to put tools or something like that in them. This one right here, I took out of my husband's tackle box. And, I mean, there was nothing in it. I didn't take like his stuff out. It was just in the tackle box. I saw it and I was like, there's an empty one. But I do pick these things up over at Lowe's, Home Depot, and I think it's for tools or nuts or, I don't know what it's for. But anyway, screws, I think. Something like that. But they have these little dividers. And so I use these, I mean, religiously. I buy a lot of these things because I use them for so many things. But this is where I will put the eyelashes. And it's plastic, no dust is going in there. You can close it up. When I travel, it's a good way to do it because I can, at the end of the night, if I don't want to be washing those eyelashes, I can still store them in here and know, okay, when I get back home, these are some of my favorite eyelashes, I'm going to wash them and keep them. So this thing is really amazing when it comes to your storage. So I think that concludes my tips. Of course, I've got so many other tips when it comes to eyelashes that, I mean, the whole thing is 5 Tip Fridays, so I could only do 5. But I could go on and on and on. I have so many. You know, just a little story. When I was growing up, I have one aunt. I have several aunts, but I have one that always used eyelashes. And I was thinking about it today, and I was talking to my daughter about it. I don't think I've ever seen her without eyelashes, like ever. I don't. I've stayed at her home. We've traveled with them at times. I don't ever remember seeing her without eyelashes. Now, I'm going to give another little bonus tip to my mature women. And this is what it is. As we get older, we lose eyelashes. We lose, I don't even know so much if it's that we're losing eyelashes or we're losing the length of the eyelash. And your eyelash, like I said, it'll open your eyes up and it will really bring some youth to your face. So it's not a bad idea to think about going and getting eyelash extensions. I desperately want to get them. I never have. And the only reason I have it is because it freaks me out. Oh my God, it freaks me out to think I'm going to have something that close. I don't know if I would be able to handle it. I don't know if I would, like, just if it would feel heavy on my eyes. I have used the individual eyelashes and I like those. I've done the ones where you can have them on for like a week at a time and they're really cool. The thing is, they start feeling heavy. My eyes are sensitive as it is. So my fear is that, I don't know, like the weirdest things go in my mind. I think like, what if my eyes close completely shut? Or what if like one is just winking at all times? And you know, because I'll tell you another story real quick. I know somebody, one of my very, very close friends, and that's why it's important to make sure you put your eyelashes on the right way, because I have a very close friend that wasn't used to eyelashes, and as the night went on, she started having maybe one glass of wine and then another glass and then another and another, and before long her eyes were heavy as it is. So she kind of rubbed her eyes and I never picked it up. I didn't pay attention, and I'm a very social person. I will talk to anybody that's sitting next to me. So we were at this event, and I'm talking and talking and talking away, and without realizing, I took a glimpse of her really quick and realized that one of her eyelashes were just kind of hanging out there. And so, first of all, I think if she would have placed them the proper way, this wouldn't have been wouldn't have been an issue. And secondly, you have to make sure you don't have the glue too heavy. You have to get kind of used to it, and if not, you're gonna go around. You're gonna go around with a bunch of people thinking you're flirting with them, maybe winking, or that's for sure. She's probably gonna look at this and think, I can't believe you said, I didn't name names, even though many people are probably gonna guess who it is, but didn't name names. So anyways, that's just an added little bonus, and I don't even know how I got to that point. I don't even know why I'm talking about that. I just know that if you haven't tried eyelashes, definitely try it. If you want to learn, like say you're like, okay, I want to do it, but you just don't know how to do it, let me know. Put a comment. I will get on here and show you guys how to do it. It's super simple. Okay, so I think I've given you all of my tips that I can give as of right now. And thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't yet, please do. There's also a little button that you can, it looks like a little bell, and it's somewhere in there, and you can hit that and it lets you know when we upload. And I'm having so much fun, and I'm thankful that I have you guys supporting me and watching and emailing and messaging. It's a lot of fun.